and I'm
What it do? It's your boy ELOOO, and we back with another episode of Sipp This Coffee. Fresh cup. Y'all done seen it one time before. The day that I got it on Father's Day, the kids did that special on me. If y'all haven't seen it, go back on the page on YouTube and check it all out, man. Hey, man, we here on a good little episode with y'all, man. It's been a little bit. I dropped 10 episodes on y'all from the community day at Fort Pierce Westwood. We brung out all the sponsors, the alumni, the principal, Mr. Alfonso walked them all around, showed them the school, the ins and outs, the yard, the football field, the weight room, the gym. They got to endure the whole school with us that day, man. And that was a great situation because we opened up a new school. The students moved in last January. So this school year is our first full year at the new campus. So, man, it's great to be a part of all of that new stuff going on. It's great to be a part of the culture flipping, bringing the alumni in, bringing, the community in. That was a beautiful day for real, man. But without further ado, the topic that we here for, pause for a second. First off, y'all know every time we on this microphone, I got to let you know we are brung here by Kingdom Hair Products. And you can visit us at kingdomhaircare.etsy.com. And you can also come to the barbershop because your boy be there every day except for Wednesdays and Sundays, 8:45 in the morning. You can set your appointment with me by texting, DM and whatever. Just get in contact with me and we can make it happen, man. Like I say, I'm there every day, 8:45. I'm in the shop, getting it all set up, ready to roll, ready to go, ready to make y'all look beautified for your people. The hair products is on deck there. We got a little storefront in there. You can come get your hydrating hair mist, your beard butters, beard oils, hair shampoo, conditioners, hair growth oils. We got the grease for you, the hair balm. We got it all for you, man. So, yeah, act like y'all know and swing through. Now, without further ado, why are we here today, ELOOO? What Ross say? He don't say it like this, but he say it like this. Football back. Call up your mama, tell her you ain't talking to her no more because football back. Yes, sir, man. High school football took the field last week. Week 0 was in full effect. Every school in Florida, man, hit the field last Friday, August 14, 2026, started the season of 2027 class. Man, it was a beautiful weekend. First off, being able to see all the high school football teams get themselves together to get on the field, then to be on the field and see all the full operations, the bands playing, the cheerleaders, the school, the school staff at the stadiums working the games. And I ain't just talking about at Westwood. I'm talking about all the clips, all the games that I done seen around Florida, South Florida especially, because that's where we at. It's just great to be back into rotation. This week, the day is Wednesday. We is in full rotation for week 1. And before we keep going on to being in full rotation, let me go ahead and let me say this here. I need Riverside to clip up this whole little section right here, Riverside. It's the section you clip up because what we doing is we putting our grievance with the FSHAA referees on camera here because we done had to go through the game that we played last week and last Friday and clip up a couple plays that we're sending off to the board, the head board of Florida high school football, because we're dealing with something at Fort Pierce Westwood that we shouldn't be. And we dealt with it last year, didn't do too much complaining about it. We definitely complained during the games, but we didn't send no videos off. We didn't write the board, none of that stuff there. But this week, that all changes because, because of the demographics where our school is and the kids that we have a label that is put on our school. We have a label and a title that they have given us without even knowing none of us. We are new coaching staff at Westwood, and these kids, majority of these kids are new kids at Westwood that I know for a fact didn't do anything to any of y'all for y'all to have beef. Beef with the school or the team, but the demographics alone, the politics alone, that is what we can see, and that's what we can tell is going on. Because I got a clip that I'm about to play y'all. We played Sebring on Friday. Sebring won 21-7. It was a preseason game. All the starters played up to the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter, we let the JV play. So it wasn't like a game where like the wins and the losses matter, but it was a game where we was able to see a lot. We was able to maneuver a lot before this week here. And we was able to play with the referees that we played with from last year. And it continued with the disrespect, with the calls that just doesn't make any sense. I'm going to show y'all this play, and if you've ever been around football, you let me know what you think. We lost 21-7. I ain't break it all the way down. My bad. I went moving around fast. We broke it down. We lost 21-7. It was a point in the game where we got a pick six. Jakeem Ellison ran it back, touchdown. They called the roughing the passing call, and which that play right there alone changed the whole game. With that pick six, we go up 14-13. And the momentum is crazily on our side because the defense has started playing at a high level. But you call that penalty, that touchdown gets called back. That puts them up onto, I believe, the 5-yard line. They score. They literally scored on the ensuing. The next play after that, they scored a touchdown on the outside run, in which I'll show y'all all that. That's no problem. In which we were still scrambling trying to talk to the referees about the call, which we understand that this is high school football. This isn't the NFL where we can throw our red flag down there. Y'all go back and play the playback and make a reverse the call. We understand that, which high school needs to get to that point because we are in 2026 going into 2027. We do have game strat on the sidelines in which as soon as a play happen on the field, we get it onto our tablets and TV over there on the sidelines, and you can actually watch the playback from the previous play, in which we did live. During the game, we did it, and when we watched it, I was watching the play, so I didn't see what they call roughing the passer. So when they said it, all I could do is rely on the people who was watching. And one of the players was like, "Coach, I think he did hit the quarterback and knock him down." So I'm like, okay, I wasn't gonna even argue it. Then I went to Game Strat and seen the play. Let's show y'all the play. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. I'm going to point out these people to y'all. Quarterback. I did something wrong there. Here we go. Quarterback. Right there. Watch him. After the quarterback, you got your DN right here. This is the guy who they called to play on. Great kid. Freshman coming in to Westwood. Looks really good. He's doing good. Got a lot of fundamentals to get down with him. And after that, I love his motor. And here's Jakeem Ellison. That is the young man who we did a breakdown of his tape. And we did an interview with him at Community Day. He said he was going for 10 interceptions. And here's a play that proved that he's definitely capable of getting 10 interceptions this season. Because here's week 0. And he's already taken one to the house. So let's get it going. Referee right here, pay attention to that. I will go back and break it down slowly, but let's just watch the play. Here we go. Bam. Let it go. Jump it. He's gone. Flag came out. Y'all didn't see that flag down there. The flag came out. Jakeem run away from everybody. Completely run away from everybody. Bam. Touchdown. Referee signifies the touchdown. Pause. Now let's go back. Hold up. I want y'all to pay attention to right here. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's bring this up. Y'all gotta bear with me while I'm working these tools. I guess my tools ain't working. Bam. All right, we're gonna leave that highlighter right there. Bam. Let's go. Play it. Bingo. We watching right there. I'll put the cursor on them. Let's watch this roughing the passer that took away a full pick six, 80-something yards. Watch him. Watch him. Boom. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back and do the timing. One step. One step after the ball was released. I mean, half a step at that. Go back again. The quarterback never even isn't even really bothered by the hit at all. That is a game-changing call. That is a game-changing call by that referee. And we seen a clip from the Vero Beach Carter Newman game in which Champ Mons, the kid that's committed to Notre Dame, he took a hit in the end zone. Their back was against the end zone, and he threw the ball. And the other kid took at least 2 steps and planted this guy into the ground, laid on him, and jumped up and started celebrating. If that wasn't a roughing the passer call, there is no way. If the rule is, if you take 2 steps after the ball is gone, you knock the quarterback down, you fall on the quarterback of any of that, if any of that had happened on that play, I promise you I wouldn't be on here talking about this play. It just would have been called back, and that's what it is. We had plenty of stuff called back in that game. We done had plenty of stuff called back since spring, but we not arguing that. What we're arguing is that is outrageous right there. To call that play back off of that is crazy. We also had a play call, and we had 2 other calls that happened in there. They called PI on us. That's pass interference on our DB. The ball hit him in the back, and he was like this, shielding, blocking the receiver from seeing the ball. So they said he didn't get his head around. Okay, we ain't gonna argue that. The next drive, our receiver is downfield. Quarterback puts the ball inside of the receiver. He's attempting to go to the ball. Their DB grabs him by the collar of his shoulder pads, which is horse collar. You ain't even allowed to tackle like that. So to prevent a person from getting to the ball by grabbing the collar, that's definitely a PI. That PI alone would have put us on the 3-yard line. It was just a couple of things that the referee is going. Then at the end of the game, one of our players was called a name by the referee. And the name that he called him and the stuff that he said to him clearly lets me know it is the demographics and the politics of where we're from. It isn't these actual kids. It isn't the fact that, if we let y'all win, y'all to start sending kids to college and whatever, because we already doing that and been doing that. It's just got to do with everything outside of football. And that's what we're on. That's why I'm on here speaking on it today. The prejudiceness, the prejudice of our school, where we're at, what side of town we come from, and what we represent. It ruffles the feathers of people that's not from this area. And all I'm asking for is the referee crew and the referee staff to just ease up, man. Ease up. We ain't did nothing to you. The coaching staff ain't did nothing to you. And none of these kids definitely ain't did nothing to you. These kids just simply trying to play football, man. Yeah. That I know I went off on a little something there, but yeah, man, that call alone, stealing that touchdown from us there. Hey, let's go to it. The other 2 touchdowns that they had, y'all just seen how they got down there. They scored, they ran one in. That's how they got to 21. That's how the game ended. The first touchdown, we had a miscommunication in the backfield of the secondary. Our safety didn't roll over like he was supposed to, so they tight end took the seam route wide open, dropped the ball. He literally dropped the ball. The ball falls and hits his foot, bounce back up. The receiver that was closest to him, the ball literally went straight to his hands, and he walked in the end zone. He did get tackled into the end zone, but I'm going to say he walked in the end zone because that was like a crazy play. So that was their first touchdown. The second touchdown, which these are the only 3, it was 4th down. It was like 4th and 5. They went for it. we sent the blitz. The blitzer like whiffed on the tackle. He whiffed on the sack right there to make the play. And the kid rolls out, break out of the pocket, sling one over top, get them down to like the 2-yard line. First down. Next play, they run it in. All in all, we learned a lot that day. All in all, our team very young, and they need games like that. They need to see the small things that equal up to the big things that end up winning or losing big games. So that was just a learning lesson for us. It's awesome to see and to hear them understand why we lost, to understand the little stuff the little penalties, again, getting them to fourth down and giving up a first down by, missing a tackle. So many tackles for loss that we had in the middle of that game that, since we've been back to the drawing board this week, we've literally attacked every little inch that cost us the whole game. You know what I'm saying? So it was great. I'm excited to see what we do this week against Palm Beach Gardens. We do have Palm Beach Gardens this week, this Friday at South County Stadium in Port St. Lucie, St. Lucie West. That's right across the street from the Met Stadium. So if y'all can come check us out because we will be there. We will be on the field. We will be playing a team that's looking for get back on us. Palm Beach Gardens, we played them in the playoffs last year, and they was up 21-0 on us, and we end up coming back to beat them to go to the semifinals. That was the game before the championship. So it was dope to do that at their house. We beat them at their house with a fully loaded team. They had everybody then. They've had a couple of changes in the last couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So it's interesting to see how our boys respond to our rally up this week, our advice that we've put on the table, our coaching plan that we've put together and been executing in practice. It's just gonna be dope to see week to week. We in the thick of it now. We're on some of these guys' last ride. And I'm excited to be a part of it with them because watching them again suit and boot last week, it was really dope, man. It was really dope, man. Where I'm at with it. Yeah, here I am with it. We got a couple players that if you're into South Florida football, you want to come check us out because I'm going to say by week 5, these guys' name is going to be ringing everywhere. And I'm not just saying that to say it. I'm watching the production. I'm watching them practice. I'm watching them do everything they're supposed to do. And I don't think the city know about them. The county know about them. The treasure coach know about them. And that's great right now. That's great right now because by the end of the season, I promise you're going to be saying their names at a high frequency. They're going to be saying, how you going to start Jordan Swope? How you going to start Jermaine Walker? Who's going to be able to score on Jakeem Ellison? And that's why I played this video. Who's going to be able to get past DeBron Reed? The passing game, our cornerbacks out there, the young guys we got out there from Sorrell Townsend to Darius Owens. We got a core of kids that's growing right now, like watching their whole transformation. Some of them, like last year, they were freshmen, they were little string beans. Now these guys are actually putting on a little weight, them became a little pinto bean, you know what I mean? So it's just dope to watch the transformation. It's real development happening out here at Fort Pierce Westwood. The main guy, man, that you would want to come see is our quarterback. Our quarterback, we call him Moolah, Mr. Pierre. The kid is very smooth. We just got him in this year. Start of summer, June 3rd, first day on campus with us. We went down to FIU, and he did a couple 7-on-7s with us, and you can see it right instantly. You can see the difference in the effort. When you got somebody that you can believe in, it's tough not to go to the max and go as hard as you possibly can. So shout out to young Moolah, man. He had a good game the other day. I could see that it's going to equal up to more. Sebring was a good team. Sebring had 21 starting seniors. So they were well experienced, man. They had some size to them. The tight end that I'm talking about, that kid had to be at least 6'3", 6'4", and he had to be about 220, 230. Kid was huge, man. Some of those kids look like pure JUCO Division II status kids. They had a left tackle 6'5", 6'6", 290, solid kid. The quarterback play, they had a good team, man. And when we played in the our spring game, we played against Melbourne. And when I remember watching the film and everything, I'm like, oh, they can't be returning all this here. Um, so we should stand a chance against the O-line and everything. And we got to the game, and I looked down on, pregame. I'm watching them do their pregame drills, and I looked down at the offensive line. I'm like, wait a minute. It looked like they got more offensive linemen than they had on the film that we was watching from the previous year. And this was in spring, so the season ended, December, January area. They had more offensive linemen and more size from the film of their last game in spring. I'm like, wait a minute now. Don't tell me all them guys were young. And we went and did the homework and realized they had 3 linemen leave. They were seniors. They left. 3 starters. The 2 tackles, the guard, they all left. I think, and this is my opinion, after playing them and after seeing what they just did in week 0, I think Melbourne has ended up with one of the best O-lines that you're going to find in the state of Florida. And, from what they was doing to us and how they did it to us, I was like, okay, they look good. Last week, Friday, they played Cocoa. If you from Florida, you know about football. We know Cocoa was once a powerhouse in the last 5 years, but the last, I'm gonna say 2, they haven't been. They're a young team, so they graduated a crew of older guys, and now they're getting these young guys ready, in which Coco's still good. They're not a team that just gets snowballed. Well, last Friday they got snowballed, and I watched the game, and I'm like, that number 20 from Melbourne, that offensive line from Melbourne, that defensive line from Melbourne is freaking crazy. And I haven't looked at their schedule or anything, but I want to know who gonna beat them. Okay, let's go to Sebring. Their offensive line, like I told you, they had a bunch of guys look like JUCO players, look like Division II players, definitely not high school players. Or okay, if you're gonna say high school players, Melbourne's look like a St. Thomas Aquinas line, and Sebring looked like they could be what they call Shamadai Madonna. Shamadai Madonna. And if you know Florida football, you know those are our elite offensive lines and elite defensive lines. And yes, so our young team has been going against these older guys, these big, huge guys, much bigger than them, and they banging. I said all that to let you know that we banging. They're fighting, they're learning, they're going, they're real, they're getting confidence that you can't go and buy. You can't get out of the transfer portal what we're building at Westwood right now. Those young boys have went against the biggest kids that you can possibly go against in the state of Florida. And a lot of them have a lot of highlights with it. We have some key mistakes that cost some big things? Yes. But we also got some key confident builders that's going to equal up to something that's going to be very beautiful, man. And I'm talking about this season. We're not even going to talk about the confidence that they done built the last 2 seasons, the last year and this year, for next year, the next year class. We're going to leave next year. I'm going to speak on the confidence boosters and builders that we've encountered since spring this year with these guys here, with the guys who was becoming seniors this year, the guys that are seniors this year. Their confidence is built. They got a group of young guys up under them, sophomores and freshmen and juniors that has been on this journey with them, that I can only tell you this right here. Y'all better come with it, man, because we coming with it this year. And I feel very confident on speaking to y'all like this here. Make sure that you on your Q's, on your ones and twos. Make sure that you crossing your T's and dotting your I's when you come to play Westwood, because we're doing the same thing. And I just want high caliber football being played on the field, period. I hear whispers in the wind about who plays what caliber schools and who does this and who does that. I just want y'all to know, at Fort Pierce Westwood, 1801, Panther Lane, we are still and haven't stopped sending kids to major schools just like any other school around here. We send kids to JUCO, we send kids to D2, D3, and shout out to all the seniors from last season that is at colleges right now, ringing the bell to let the kids know that's been there that, oh, we here. Because we done been getting taught some things, and we got a couple of them that done walked on the college campus this year and fighting for a starting position. Multiple. We got multiple seniors from our first year at Westwood on college campuses right now, giving the run to people who's been on college campuses for the starting jobs. And so with that being said, man, shout out to our coaching staff, because I know this for a fact. We are one of the most understaffed coaching staffs you're going to find in Florida football. You can go to these little Catholic Christian schools, and I guarantee you they got more coaches than what we got at Westwood right now. So for all 6, 7 coaches that we got at Westwood right now, hold on, I know my daughter said she hit me with 6, 7. The 6 or 7 coaches that we got at Westwood right now, shout out to us, man, for that game plan that we putting together. Most people got 6, 7 coaches just on their JV team. We have 6 to 7 coaches for varsity and JV. Okay, we working what we can. We working what we can, how we can, and when we can. But we going max effort with it all right now. So, hey man, that's the rundown for the high school, especially the 1801 Panther Lane crew. I got something else for you. Riverside, you got to clip this up. I'm gonna do my week 1 predictions. Shout out to Sunrise Sports. Because I'm going off of y'all page right now of the clippings of the teams that's playing each other this week. And I'm going to go down, I'm going to swipe, and I'm going to give my predictions. So without further ado, we're going to start with Okeechobee versus Suncoast. Old Palm Beach School versus Okeechobee. I'm going to go with, first off, I don't know nothing about neither one of these teams. I don't know what neither one of them got. But I'm going to go with Okeechobee because Okeechobee right across the road from us over here in Fort Pierce. So I'm going to go with Okeechobee on that one. We got Masters Academy. I ain't even know this right here. This thing say Masters Academy against the Masters Academy. So I'm going to go with Masters Academy, not the Masters Academy. Those private schools that I was just talking about. We got Faith Christian Lions versus Tradition Prep Pirates. I'm going to go with Tradition Prep. That's the old St. Lucie County school, man. Tradition Prep, one of them schools that'll probably be something in the next 5 years with the movement that's going on in Port St. Lucie. It's a newer school. At the track meet, they looked like they had some good little talent that was young. So in the next couple of years, without them transferring or nothing and staying solid at their school, they should equal up to something. Let's go to St. Edward's versus Lake Highland Prep. I'm taking St. Edward's. St. Edward's is another Treasure Coast school. I don't even know what Lake Highland Prep is. Those small schools that I'm talking about, those little private schools that, you normally would think they got 3 coaches, 4 coaches. But these are the schools I'm talking about. They probably got 12 coaches over there, man. They probably got 7 coaches just for JV alone. Sebastian River versus University. I've never heard of University. So I'm taking Sebastian. I know that Sebastian had a couple kids that was going to Vero Beach High School that has transferred. I know at least 2 to 3 of them that was key players at that has transferred back to Sebastian River. So I'm taking Sebastian. Sebastian should have a good season. They're getting some star power over there. I think, I done said this here on Sipp This Coffee plenty of times that the tide changed in this area a lot. This school here might be hot. That's just in football, period. It's just in football, period, man. Because even NFL, even college, you got those teams that's hot for a period of time. And then, because people forget that before Nick Saban took over Alabama, Alabama wasn't what you know of Alabama. Before, Georgia always been in the running. I can't knock it too much, but Georgia, like right now, hell, they losing. They lose big games. They ain't been in the playoffs. Yeah. So you got teams that you can see the tide is changing. And Sebastian, with Vero being over there with the program, how they got it over there at Vero, Sebastian could be in the spot that it's the tide changing and people is just tired of what's going on over here at Vero and they want to bring it up the par over here at Sebastian. Same thing we doing at Westwood. Central had their little time and running and all that stuff going on, but now we got what we've never had at Fort Pierce Westwood. We've never had a coaching staff from Fort Pierce coaching Fort Pierce. We've never had coaches who played at Westwood coaching at Westwood. Let's go back to it. We've never had key players that's actually won at Westwood coaching at Westwood. So we got that now. We got that homegrown that homegrown pride is back on the coaching. It's on the coaching staff now, and I think that's something that goes on even when I'm out there coaching. I've had that feeling dressed in maroon with that W on me. Hosting up the district championship trophy. We've had that playoff game. With that W on, with that maroon helmet. Playing for the city. Trying to get to the next round. We've actually had those experiences, so it's pretty dope to be back doing that. So Sebastian could be in the same spot right now, man. So shout out to Sebastian, and I think we played him this year. But I'm gonna tell you this right here, I love it because Sebastian is who we knocked off for our district championship when I was playing 20 years ago at Sebastian River when they had one of the top running backs in the state of Florida, Earl Everett. Kid had them rush for some crazy amount of yardage before we played them, and we was able to go in there as a defensive unit and shut them down. Hey man, you watching this, you know what Kevin McMahon at. Tell him Earl looking for him, man. I need them tapes, man. I know Kevin McMahon got them tapes still, man. Yeah. But next game, Lake Worth versus Centennial. Let me just say this here. And we got to play Centennial this year. Matter of fact, I think we play Centennial next week 2. But what was done at Centennial is a bunch of bull crap in this whole new world of transfers and all that there. You had the coach leave Centennial, and before he left, he basically drained the roster. It's the truth. He drained the roster. He sent kids to that school, sent kids to the school he going to, and, he drained the roster. And a lot of kids left. A lot of key kids left Centennial last year. So they're basically in a rebuilding stage. But in the midst of all that, my partner, shout out to Fred Yates, man, on getting that job over at Centennial as the head coach. Fred, I pray that you have a successful season, just not next week, brother. Just not next week, man. I pray that you can get them kids up, to rally up, to do something. But I know you will because we come from that pedigree, man. We got them rings together. We done went undefeated together on the field. So I know that you understand what's going on and how it's going on. So I know that you'll get them up to par, especially in the next 2 years, man. Major love to them. But this going to be the first time I go against the St. Lucie County because of what I just told y'all, man. They drained the roster over there. I don't know what Lake Worth got, but I know last year Lake Worth was kind of competitive. So I'm going to go with Lake Worth out of Centennial game. And then, look, that brings us to the Westwood Palm Beach Gardens game. If you even think that I'm about to say something other than Westwood, you might as well go jump off a bridge now. So I ain't even got to say nothing about that game, partner. Now we go to a game that's very interesting. Port St. Lucie Jaguars versus the South Fork Bulldogs. Both of those teams are teams that, South Fork in history done put together some good teams. South Fork got one of my favorite running backs that I ever watched in high school play, went to South Fork. That's Uriah Davis. Shout out, man. Uzziah Davis, my fault. Uzziah Davis, one of the best running backs to ever play at South Fork, man. So we don't know what South Fork is, and we definitely don't know what Port St. Lucie is because Port St. Lucie got a new coaching staff, a lot of players transferred from there. So, but I'm going to go with Port St. Lucie on that one. Without further ado, I'm going to go with PSL on that one. Yeah. Here's a very, very high caliber, interesting game. Martin County versus Treasure Coast Titans. I'm interested in this game because, for one, we play Treasure Coast this year later on in the season. So these will be one of the games that I will be watching the film on to really, scout them, to see what they do, what they can do, and what they can't do. Martin County beat us up pretty good. It was the Martin County game that we lost our 5 seniors starters last year, and they made sure that we understood that. They had a couple kids go major Division 1 too. So we don't know what they lost, what they got back. We just waiting to find out. And like I said, with all that transferring that went on from Centennial and all these other schools, you just got to wait to see what everybody ended up with. And like I said, week 0 is kind of hard to really see what these teams are doing, because teams like us, we had starters that didn't even play on last Friday. And the main starter, I'm waiting to see him play this week. He on my core. So now we move on to Central versus Legacy. Another game where we don't really know who we dealing with yet with either one of them. But I do know this here. I know that Central has a quarterback that can get the ball to where it needs to go. And where it needs to go is to their playmaker out wide. That's AJ. Get AJ the ball, man. Y'all get AJ the ball. I feel like y'all going to be in good hands. The kid is a dynamic wide receiver. I'm excited to see him play his senior year. I'm excited to see what he do this year, especially with him having a quarterback that he got a rapport with. So off of that alone, I'm going with Central. That's hard to say in football season, but I'm going with Central, man, off of the fact that the quarterback and AJ got a connection. And I seen what they did last week. And I seen what Legacy did last week. I know that Legacy's still a young team too, so I'm taking Central in that one. Here's a good one. Bishop Vera versus John Carroll. I said this on the episode not long ago. I believe John Carroll has the best O-line on the Treasure Coast, and I'm including Vero with that. And I know. I talked to a guy from Vero recently. He was like, "They don't play anyone. How you gonna say that?" It is what it is, man. They got the best O-line on the Treasure Coast, and it ain't no question about it. Name me somebody on Vero O-line who even got offers right now. Oh, okay. Those guys at John Carroll got 2 of them committed to major Division 1s. One of them is committed to the University of Miami. So therefore, I don't want to hear no more conversation. Yes, sir. Then we got Vero versus Jensen Beach. All right. Let's talk. Let's talk. And it ain't going to be long because I'm about to get up out for here right here. Jensen Beach was a very, 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 very young team last year. But they got my coaching staff over there. They got Coach Caffey over there. That's my guy. Y'all done heard me speak on Coach Caffey numerous times on this show. They got Brandon Berry working with the offensive line. And there's probably more coaches over there that I know, but off the strength of those 2, I'm telling you, those kids over there learning real football. Coach Caffey alone, man, that's it, man. So I know they got an offensive line. I know they got a defensive line. Not only that, last weekend, the week 0 preseason, they played Ugali. Ugali is the number 4 ranked team in the state. And they banged out with them, man. I think without that one turnover, with one of those turnovers that happened, I think they make this more of a game between Jensen Beach and Ugali. That's me giving you my take on Jensen Beach having a dog in the fight. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I think that they can actually come and play. But let me say this. Vero Beach is loaded with a team full of players that they just got together, transfers. I was interested to see how they played. I'm not sure what Carney Newman was, but Carney Newman made a state run last year just like Vero did. And with all them new guys on Vero team, they beat the brakes off of Carney Newman last week. They beat the brakes off of Carney Newman last week. So they showed me that they was able to put them new guys together to make something happen. So with that being said, until someone in this area knocks Vero off, until someone in this area plays with Vero, and it's hard for me to say that because Central did that last year. Central played with Vero, and it was like a 1-possession game or something like that. But until someone this year plays a 1-possession game with Vero, or a 3-point game with Vero, or let alone beat Vero King, man. So I got to take Vero on this one. I got to take Vero with Jensen Beach, but I'm saying don't count Jensen Beach out on that one. Don't Don't just say automatically Vero gonna blow them out. Vero gonna beat them. That little quarterback over there, the little running backs they got over there in Jensen Beach, I think they can make it a ball game. It's just about how they show up to play that night. That's all to it. But when you got a guy like Champ Munns at quarterback, when you got receivers like Travis Woods and Melbourne out there, they got a couple guys that came in. First off, Travis Woods probably one of the best wide receivers in the state of Florida, man. That's saying a lot. They're saying a lot when you got No Cut Nick and Amir Sears and them committed to the U already. And I'm telling you that if you was to play a game and you was just picking out an all-star team across Florida right now, you would want No Cut Nick. You would want Amir Sears. You would want my other dude, Bryson. And you definitely would want Trey Woods on your team, bro. So I'm a fan of the kid, man. I like that kid a lot, man. He work hard. I don't never see him not doing nothing with football. Heck, half of the time that I see him in person, he's at a football game, and I'm at a football game. So shout out to Trey Woods, man. I hope that man land every offer that he should be receiving this year. And to the college's size don't matter when you got a heart and a motor like what that kid got, period. So when you got an offense like that, hey, it's going to be hard to beat them. That's all I can say. They do got a interesting schedule. We'll find out what they do with that schedule and the player and the teams that can come in and actually give them a run for their money. But until somebody do, you got to say they number one, man. They made it to the state championship, and they definitely should have a ring on their finger right now. But, you know, this football. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you make the right decisions, and sometimes that shit bites you in the ass. Just like that. I'm talking about I had to put it on the table for you. But Caffey, I'm counting on you, Caffey. I'm counting on Coach Caffey to go down there, Coach Tim Caffey to go down there and to come with his best game plan. I know he's going to be ready. Coach built for these type of games, and I done been in these type of games with Coach, and I know how he get down. Hey, what he used to tell us before every game, I can give you my playbook right now. You still got to stop me. So any person that's going out there with a mindset like that there on the football field to call plays, hey, I'm going to be interested to see what he calling, because that mother got to be dangerous. Got to be dangerous. Oh, man, it's been beautiful on here, man. But before I go, I want to let y'all know, like, college-wise, I'm going to come on and do a whole nother one in a couple of days. And Tampa Bay, we still got to break that down. But it's taking so long to get to the regular football season for college and NFL that I got time to do this. I got time to come on here and just have episodes where I just speak on high school football like I just did. I got time to come on and then at the end just break off into the University of Miami conversation and tell y'all, all you Florida State fans that keep sending me these clips of players that's being dismissed from the University of Miami, I just want you to know, whether them players on our team or not, whether we bring new players on or not, you guys will not beat us. We're going 3 straight on you this year, okay? Listen to me, Mike Norval, it ain't just him that I'm knocking. What I'm knocking and what I'm telling y'all is, y'all had y'all time. Just like I told y'all earlier, the tide changes around this thing. And I don't even expect y'all to have a bad season. I think y'all got enough talent up there that y'all can make a run within our conference for sure. I think y'all got enough talent up there where y'all gonna beat the teams that y'all supposed to beat this year. I ain't even knocking Mike Norval right now. What I'm telling you is football history and tradition is our time. Simple as that. It's our time, bro. It ain't nobody else's time but the University of Miami's in college football right now. And you can look at it however you want to, but Mario has proved it, and he's continued to prove it. He's laying it on the table for everybody can see. He got his loafers on. He got his doggone spatula in his hand, and he on the grill and he cooking, man. The man cooking all the way around the board. I've been saying this since he got on campus every year. Y'all come at me, oh, you still ain't won the ACC? Y'all still with that. That's cool. Have fun with it. I ain't got no comebacks for nothing. I ain't even trying to come up with no comebacks for nothing. That's dead and over with. That's us arguing when we ain't had no confidence in the team. That's us arguing, praying, and hoping that the team do what it's supposed to. What I just told you is our time. Just sit back and enjoy the time. I'm going to have my loafers and my spatula with my robe on because I know what time it is. It's ours. So man, y'all just keep on sending me the clips and stuff, because when the season start, I'm gonna start sending y'all clips of us. I'm gonna start giving y'all everything that you need from the U. We loaded that running back. They sent me all the messages about Jordan Lau catching that charge. Hey, this is normal in college football around this time of year. It's that idle time of the year where kids make decisions that ain't good. Kids start doing stuff to entertain themselves because it's not football season. So I don't knock it. I understand. I understand how this go, man. I done seen it. I've been around football my whole life. So I've been watching kids, come and go, especially at the U. But with Mario, I've been watching kids that ain't needed to be at the program come and go even more at a high level. Like the kid Cam Vaughn, great athlete, great football player. With his season that he had last year at West Virginia, it's probably one of West Virginia's highest rated ones, but don't never put it at the very top, because you better understand one of the best receivers to ever do it came from West Virginia. That's Tavon Austin. And on that team he had Stedman Bailey. All right. Yeah, so this kid may have had a great year, but he definitely went and no Tavon Austin or no Stedman Bailey, and that's for sure. So the kid was good, kid real good, man. I'm gonna follow him wherever he go. I'm gonna be looking to see what school he end up at. And I think with the new transfers, policies and everything, I think the kid got to sit out this year and get stronger or something. So that could be conducive to him getting to first, second round of the draft for the next year. But yeah, man, I got full trust into Mario. We sent away about 2 more other kids too, got dismissed from the team. And I want y'all to understand that them kids ain't leaving the team, they're being dismissed. That means that Mario is telling them it's time for you to go. We've enjoyed you. We salute you for coming here and checking it out, but we don't think you fit in over here. If you see dismissed on a name from a college team, the team made the decision, the kid didn't. All right. So with that being said, hey man, it's been love. We've been back on here. We got on here and chopped it up a little bit. Just a little vibe, just to let y'all know that we still in the building. We still doing what we supposed to be doing, how we supposed to be doing it, man. And it's been live with your boy ELOOO on Sipp This Coffee. And just like I always tell y'all, man, put a smile on your face so you can put a smile on somebody else's face, and we can make this world a better place. Because we trying to do that with these conversations. We trying to do this with these actions out here in the community, coaching these young men, helping them become real men. Just every angle, even with the haircuts, man. Y'all come in and y'all have y'all conversations with me, and they can tell you, I normally try to be positive with stuff and try to tell you the right things to do as far as my mind can tell me. So, hey, y'all continue to rock with your boy. Shout out to everybody who just became a new coffee sipper with me that's watching this podcast. I had a couple people tell me that after those 10 episodes that I dropped, they jumped on YouTube and actually went down the rabbit hole of watching other episodes of your boy ELOOO on here just kicking the bobo with you. And I thank y'all for that, because like I said, I don't just get on here and just run my mouth with you. I get on here and actually give information on what I know, on what I done studied, what I done looked up. And I definitely got another one that I got to come back and talk about. That's that Terrence Arnold situation. More proof that I don't just be on here running my mouth with y'all. All right? So like I always say, 1 finger, 2 finger. Peace. Yes, sir.